Now we'll shift into place 6. We have Miss Melissa Derrick and Mr. Shane Scott. And Miss Derrick, you drew to go first, so we'll follow the same format. Opening statements are 1 minute each. And Miss Derrick, you can begin.
Hello all, I'd like to thank the Four Rivers Association of Realtors for hosting this forum and begin by saying I'm not running against Shane Scott, I'm running for those who share my vision and have asked me to vote. I feel I want what most want for San Marcos, to retain and build upon the unique qualities that allow us to shine next to our corridor neighbors. I want to balance growth and preservation and create a community that draws citizens, good employers, and investors to us to shape our future. I have served on the City Charter Review Commission. I am a member of the San Marcos River Foundation and a neighborhood commissioner for Sector 2, while also acting as the Board of Advisory Treasurer at Captain Ann Porter School. After receiving a BA from Texas State, I've worked there for 20 years in budget management. I've raised my children in San Marcos, and it is here that my husband and I built our computer business. I am pro San Marcos, and I'm ready to give back to the community that was given so much to me and my family. Thank you.
All right, Sid. My name is Shane Scott. I currently serve as your city council member here in San Marcos. Actually, I love this town. I came here from the military in 1988 to get my degree in criminal justice. Can you hear back there? Sorry. Get my degree in criminal justice. I have a beautiful wife, Amber, beautiful daughter, and another one on the way. Being part of the community, and I have ever since I've been here. There's a lot of things going on that people don't see, and I want to make sure that the push and everything that we've had pushed forward and set in motion continues in motion and doesn't get stopped in its tracks. I'll continue to keep moving that way as I go. And again, I just hope to keep your support once again, and thank you for inviting me. Thank you.
Okay, we'll begin with question number 1, and the questions are now 90 seconds. Mr. Scott, you'll go first. In your opinion, what's the biggest hindrance to creating and bringing more jobs to San Marcos, and what would you do to generate more living wage jobs?
Still, even though we've been working on it since I've been on the council, reputation is still one of the critical elements to San Marcos. A lot of businesses still don't want to come here because they have this closed door feeling every time they try to do something. But also, I think Mr. Arredondo said, and I totally agree, is our school systems and the reputation that they serve is critical. Large companies that do want to come here, that's one of the first things they do check, along with parents and people that are moving into this industry to try to make sure that their education of their children is good. So community and parent involvement are extremely critical. And GSMP, its regional approach to draw these markets that were not available to us in the past, and we see the results with Amazon, Epic Pie, and many others actually. Those are the two things I can think off the top of my head that will keep and promote jobs growth in this area.
In your opinion, what's the biggest hindrance to creating and bringing more jobs to San Marcos, and what would you do to generate more living wage jobs?
I hate to echo, but I do believe that our school system doesn't have the greatest reputation. And as a parent and a homeowner, that's what I look for when I'm moving into a new neighborhood. We're a small town. A lot of people prefer to go to Hayes County because of our school's reputation. And I know that we're making great strides, and we have people in the room right now that are working towards improving that, and I have full confidence we will get there. There are other reasons that San Marcos might not be as desirable for some employers, and that is that our planning process has been very difficult in the past. We've been changing an old master plan and haven't had the level of predictability that we will now have with the new master plan to let employers and to let developers know where they are welcome, where we're inviting them to have their type of investment. And I think things will go smoother now that we have a roadmap for them, and that they're able to come in, look at our master plan, talk to our planners, and understand exactly where they can put their business. We also need, I think, to work harder to promote the workforce that we do have here at the university. And I think that will draw a lot more employers to us, as will the STAR card. We have a lot of good things going on right now, but there's always room for improvement. And I feel that everyone in San Marcos right now is feeling the excitement of the growth that's about to happen, and is preparing the best we can to get the best people, investors here we can.
Okay, question number 2, Ms. Derrick, you'll go first. Do you believe it is important for the major thoroughfares to represent a sound and vibrant image? If so, please identify one or more areas in San Marcos where improvements are needed, and provide examples of what you would do to bring those areas up to standard.
I serve on the neighborhood commission for Sector 2, and what we've been looking at lately is the monuments that will be placed at certain places around town that will let people know that you're now in San Marcos. They aren't very original to me. I'd like to see some more originality, but it's a bureaucratic situation, and everybody gets a choice in it. I think that the areas that we need to focus on are our main areas that lead into town. So 123 and I-35, Wonder World would be another area. And I think that we need more creativity. We haven't seen a lot of creativity. We don't have much branding in San Marcos beyond that we have a river. And I'd really like to see us appointing a subcommittee or a group of citizens and business owners to look at how we can brand the city and really make it our own. And so that when you drive into San Marcos, you know you're not in New Braunfels, you know you're not in Kyle or anywhere else, you know you're in San Marcos. And I think that the monuments, the entrances to the various parts of our city, as well as the way that we market ourselves downtown, will all come together to create a really good economic situation for us if we take advantage of it and if we work together.
Do you believe it is important for the major thoroughfares to represent a sound and vibrant image? If so, please identify one or more areas in San Marcos where improvements are needed, and provide examples of what you would do to bring those areas up to standard.
The answer is yes. First impressions, I think, are critical to anybody that comes to San Marcos. An example would be Fredericksburg. Nobody goes to Fredericksburg thinking it's an ugly little town. It actually became kind of a destination spot. And San Marcos has those same natural elements that draw people into tourism. But the problem that we're having right now is a lot of the stuff that we're already doing to promote our entryways, you just can't see yet because of all the construction they're under. Yarrington, east of Highway 80, all that around past Walmart into the freeway. And then you also have, there's one other one's going on. But there's several that are actually going on, but because of all the construction, you can't see them, and they are going to be very nice. They're all going to be very presentable, and everybody will, get a sense of San Marcos on its own character. That'll definitely help with the presentation and the first impact or impression when you do come to San Marcos, so it's definitely important.
Okay, question 3. Mr. Scott, you'll go first. As real estate professionals, one of our main concerns is ensuring there is a diverse variety of housing and property options to match the desires of prospective homeowners, tenants, and businesses. What steps should be taken to remedy roadblocks and cost concerns to ensure that development is both economically feasible and enhances the character of San Marcos?
two, I guess, simple words off the top of my head is yes. Invite development into San Marcos and not let no be the first result. We have a tendency to say no immediately and then try to patch, what the community wants, as opposed to just having an approach from within that allows the community to work with the citizens and the developers of San Marcos to have it a win-win situation. Kind of lost in the thought on that one. There's just too much going on. Read one more time.
What steps should be taken to remedy roadblocks and cost concerns to ensure that development is both economically feasible and enhances the character of San Marcos?
Okay, we do have actually provisions already built in to our system. One for localized areas is actually the SMART code, which tailors the features of the area that the units are built in and things are built in. And we have the overall master plan, or LDC, and development code that helps direct where other developments are being developed as well. I think these two tools in themselves basically provide enough predictability, not all predictability, but a lot of predictability into where somebody can build something and to what extent they can be built. But also, I really think it's important to not fall on your sword for exactly not being able to have an out for particular situations that come into San Marcos that you have to actually change, maybe not necessarily fall on exactly the intent of the SMART code or the LDC. And each of those has to be rationalized by the amount. Thank you.
Again, master plan keeps being brought up today, and I think that's there's a good reason for that, and that is we've gone so long without a plan, without the direction that we need for this rapid period of growth that we're about to experience. And I think most people are excited about the predictability that it offers, and I think that is going to tear down what are perceived as some of the roadblocks, because as I said before, when developers or when companies or when housing developments come here, they will know exactly where we're inviting them to join us. That will reduce a lot of the time that people have complained about in the past as far as finding a place to actually place their development. There are also things that we can do with exceptionally high, developments with exceptionally high standards. We can offer incentives to make the cost to them lower, and also while asking them for the incentives, we also can ask them to improve things to go above our standards and make developments that we can really be proud of and that will be very beneficial to not only the real estate community but to the home buyers and to the community at large. Thank you.
Okay, question 4. Ms. Derrick, you'll go first. And this is a two-part question. First, can you tell us the total amount of the current City of San Marcos municipal budget? Second, please elaborate on any relevant experience you have that would enable you to be a good steward of these public funds.
Okay, I'm not good with my numbers here. I believe we have a total budget around $185 million. The experience that I have with budgets is 20 years experience in managing several budgets at the same time for different university offices. And we follow very much the same type of budgetary outlines and bureaucratic guidelines that have to be followed at the city level, where the general fund can only pay for X, Y, and Z. And the heads and beds for the hotel motel tax. These are all things that are not new to me. We have probably around 200 line items at university level that we have to use to pay for certain things, for travel, for X, Y, and Z. So the whole situation of managing the budget and understanding that this pile of money can only be used for these certain things is not something that's new to me at all. I feel very confident, and I've met with some of our city employees and discussed the budget with them. And I believe that my experience with the university for 20 years is going to greatly improve or expedite my learning the budget at the city level. Thank you.
First, can you tell us the total amount of the current City of San Marcos municipal budget? Second, please elaborate on any relevant experience you have that would enable you to be a good steward of these public funds.
Yeah, that's unfortunately kind of a loaded question for my opponent, but I think that it was, I think it's about 187. It was very close over it. When I first started, it was 2010, it was actually 142. So, to me, the best person or the best type of person to run city is basically somebody who has their own business and understands what it takes to run, maintain, and employ people. I think that it helps with the complete understanding because you can treat the money like it's your own. You can, and as a small business owner, which I'm sure many of us are, you know how to stretch a dollar, and I think that really bleeds over into the budget and stuff like that. I get voted against a lot on stuff, and I'm always trying to do things to cut people's costs, whether it's from our utility rates or our tax rates or anything like that, but I get shut down quite a bit on it, but I will always continue pushing those conservative values as a small business owner because it's kind of built into me. So that's what I feel is a good choice to vote for.
The answer to the 2014-2015 municipal budget is $173 million. So you're both close. I'm reading. Question number 5. Mr. Scott, you'll go first. The Texas Association of Realtors and the Four Rivers Association of Realtors are strong supporters of personal property rights. If elected, how would you continue to protect these rights?
Personal property is very important to me. It really doesn't matter the size or scope of the investment that people have. Understanding in a city when you have personal property that sometimes bleeds over with development and you have citizens that don't necessarily agree, I do not think the first approach is to stop the development. I clearly think it's important to work with developers and the city to get the best deal out of both sides. Cape's Camp's a good example of what I consider a deal between two people, two private and city, agreement to allow the community to have, the river that they need, the growth that would be on Blanco Vista, and then the right of the property owner to make money on their property. So I don't think unless it's the environment's at risk or citizens are in danger, I think it's real critical to make sure that you work with developers to have those rights, and I'll always support them.
The Texas Association of Realtors and the Four Rivers Association of Realtors are strong supporters of personal property rights. If elected, how would you continue to protect these rights?
I'm really big on personal property rights, but not so much insofar as that only the investors and only the property owners who want to sell their property for profit are the only ones that matter. The people who live here and that are the backbone of our community, their property rights should be respected as well. And if they have an established family neighborhood and someone wants to make a significant change that will decline their quality of life, will have a negative impact on their quality of life, then I think that the people that were there first should be considered first. I think we should always work with developers to try and place them in a more appropriate area because we need to improve our economy. We need their investment dollars, but we don't need them at the cost to our homeowners, our existing business owners whose businesses may not match with what someone would like to put in next to them. I'd also like to say I think Capes Camp was not a good deal. I wanted that to be a park. It would have connected our entire park system. It would have allowed for the connection to be made, from the east side. I think it was a total waste what was done there. That could have been a park. We could have used it for economic development on the river by having a restaurant there or some type of river-related recreation area that could have brought in some money. The park, as it stands now, is too small for everyone. Thank you.
Okay, and we're going to shift into our closing statements. Those are 2 minutes each. And Ms. Derrick, you will go first.
I have confidence in our new master plan, and we must follow it and ensure our land development code updates reflect it. We can't put dollars and cents ahead of common sense. We have a strong regional economic development team and a committed and diverse community that put San Marcos on the map to be one of the fastest growing, most desirable communities to work, live, and play. We can afford to be picky about who we choose to invite us to help shape San Marcos. Our plan ensures predictability that real estate developers, home buyers, and investors and employers must have in order to feel confident about investing in our city. The master plan will serve as a tool for those who want to join us, as it will tell them exactly which areas we're inviting a particular type of investment, and there should be no guesswork. We also must strive to preserve and protect our river, our established and new neighborhoods, while continuing to work to revitalize downtown. We must do this work together as a community to make San Marcos a place that draws people, economic development opportunities to our door. I have never felt our community so polarized. We need to end the us against them attitudes that no one wants to talk about. We are a community, and although we may not always agree with what is best for San Marcos, I truly believe that we all do want what is best for San Marcos. United we thrive, and divided, we've all seen where that gets us. Amazon is a game changer. We've been waiting for it, and what we do from this point forward can't be undone. We have to ensure that we get this right for us and for future generations. I know I have the forward-thinking knowledge and ability to help guide San Marcos through these changing times. We have incredibly talented people on both sides of our growth issues, and if we listen to each other and learn from each other, we'll leave a legacy that we will all be proud to own. Thank you.
My wife said not to follow my sword on that, but on that last question, was that last year's budget at 173? Because our proposed is 187.
Yeah, that was quite a number of 2014,
Okay, that's last year's budget. Sorry. Should read this probably. See, I've learned a lot about the complexities of San Marcos while serving. And basically, I try just to strive to be independent. I don't try to favor one side more than the other. I try to weigh on the facts and the balance and how it actually affects the citizens as a whole. Sometimes I'm for development in certain situations, and sometimes it doesn't work for that community. It depends on the situation each time, and I just think it's critical to be independent all the time and to not join any type of special interest group on any side. I think a good city council in itself has to be balanced. Any government's that way. You can't have one extreme or the other. There's no way any of the ideas on any side will ever get through or balanced and something work out to make it happen. I'm not perfect, we all know that. And basically, I try just to keep my eyes open for the truth and what's basically good and benefits the city of San Marcos and the citizens. Thank you.
And we'll do one final round of applause for place 6.